How's it going, everybody? Wait for a couple more people to get in here. We got 5. How you guys doing tonight? Somebody want to leave me a comment? Let me know that everything's working all right. Doing good. Wisconsin Outlook. Thanks for the question for tonight's video, Wisconsin Outlook. I'll read that off here in a minute. Doing good, Todd. That's good. I'm glad you guys could make it anyhow. So, has anybody been out fishing, doing any hunting, anything like that? Anything outdoors? I got a couple of questions for tonight's video anyhow. Just a couple though. We'll read those off and answer them as best I can. Hope to be fishing soon. Tagged out here in Ohio. Awesome. Wisconsin Outlook. Got on a great perch bite on Saturday. I love perch. I especially love perch because that tells me where the walleye are. Did the doe hunt. Awesome. Cold, he says. Isaac. Yeah, it's cold. It's been real cold here this past weekend. We probably built a couple more inches of ice. I think both Friday and Saturday mornings on my way to work or when I woke up that morning, it was below 0. I think it was like 3 below on Friday morning and 4 below here on Saturday morning. I think it was a little warmer yesterday, but not by a lot. Well, it was, but it was still cold. I think it only topped out here in the teens. All right, so anyhow, we'll get to the questions that I got anyways. The first one was from Patrick Cordery. It says, "Hi, sir. What about a lake with no weeds? How do I look? Or where should I look?" Well, on a lake with no weeds is basically you want to find structure somewhere. I've never, off the top of my head, I can't remember ever fishing a lake with no weeds. But in that situation, if you want to fish weeds and you have none, you got to find some sort of structure, somehow, like a fish crib, if you know where there's a fish crib, or a rock pile, or some sort of hump in the lake, or a point, anything like that. That's going to be your structure. Like I said, it's hard to say, and it depends on what type of fish you're going for too. But anything like that, any kind of structure is what you're going to want to target. You didn't let me know what kind of fish you're going for, but yeah, got to go for structure. That's usually how it works. It's going to attract bait fish. It's going to attract your panfish, and that in turn attracts your game fish too. Like perch, they definitely attract walleye. The way it works is, even though perch and walleye are very closely related, they couldn't be more opposite on how they see. Like a perch sees great during the daylight, but can see absolutely nothing at night. And the walleye is the exact opposite. So if you're ever in a spot where you got perch, then that would be a great spot to target walleye that evening. Like right an hour before dark usually is my prime time for walleye anyhow. So the perch, they can't see anything at night, so they just stick right to the bottom and they just sit there. And they don't move because they can't see anything. And then at nighttime, the walleyes come in and ambush them. It's usually if I'm ever in a spot where I catch perch, always a great walleye spot. Let's see what else. Oh, I guess I was reading questions. And Wisconsin Outlook asked me, what's the strangest story from the ice? And what is your favorite memory from the ice? My strangest story from the ice is had to be my favorite lake. Which I'm not gonna let you guys know where it is or anything, but my favorite lake anyhow. It's a private lake. There's no boat landing on it. It's like a 230 something acre lake, and it's the deepest lake in the county. It's 118-foot deep. It's crystal clear water. Nobody fishes it, just the people that live on the lake, and they never fish it. They're just out boating and kayaking and water skiing and stuff. Nobody really fishes it. I've been fishing that lake for probably 20 years, and I could count on both my hands how many times I've seen people out there fishing other than myself. So there's some giant northern pike out there anyhow. And so me and my buddy are out there fishing it one day. And well, me and two buddies. My one buddy, he just jigs. And he went and drilled some holes trying to find some fish with his Vexlar. And he had to go pick up his son from school, so he left. And we weren't having any luck anyways. We had a couple small fish on tip-ups, nothing big. Put a underwater camera down in our pop-up shack that we had with a tip-up right in front of it. And it was pretty cool. We actually had a northern come up and crush that minnow, little northern anyhow. So it was slow anyhow. So I put a tip-up out in one of my buddy's holes out in like 30 foot of water, and sat there waiting, and finally that flag went up. And I ran over there and set the hook on him, and I fought him for, had to be like only like 5-6 seconds, but it felt like it was a nice fish. And all of a sudden, the line stops. I could not move this fish, and it wasn't running, it wasn't doing anything. It just super heavy, dead weight. Like, what the heck is going on here? Like, I've never not been able to move a fish before, and I couldn't feel it fighting anymore. It just felt like dead weight, and so I let go of the line a little bit, let it kind of do a run or whatever, and just slowly slid down like it was sinking back to the bottom or something. I'm like, what the heck? So I did that a couple more times, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. And it finally got to that one spot where it felt like I was going to break my line again. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. But my buddy's like, well, I'm going to go get the underwater camera, and we're going to see. We're going to at least get a look at this thing. I'm like, wow. It's too far away. We ain't going to see it with underwater camera from here. And I don't, who knows where it's at. So he's like, well, we're going to try anyway. So he ran back over to the shack, and he starts hooting and hollering. Oh, it's in the shack. It's in the shack. And so I quick run over to the shack and look down the hole, and it's tangled around everything that we had in the shack. Jig pole, underwater camera, that tip up that was in there. It's got everything all wrapped up. And I looked down, and it was a nice northern. It is actually in one of my there's a photo of it in my intro video to a lot of my videos. I'm holding two northerns, one in each hand, anyways, and it was the bigger one of the two. I believe it was in my right hand in the photo, anyways. It was like, I want to say it was like a 34, 35-inch northern at the time. It was one of my bigger ones that I've ever caught. Not one tooth in its head either. But anyhow, when I looked down, I seen it. I'm like, well, how the heck am I going to get this up? It tangled around everything. But, well, I just grabbed the camera cable because I knew that wasn't going to break or anything. Pulled up on the camera cable, and the northern's head came right up the hole perfect. I grabbed it, and yeah, it was a nice fish anyhow. So that was probably my strangest story. I've never, that shack was probably 50 yards away from where that tip-up was set. So the odds of it getting wrapped around all of that was pretty low. So it was really awesome to land that fish anyways, when I especially thought I was going to lose it. And then I got the nice prize of a nice fish anyhow. And then the other question from Wisconsin Outlook was, what is your favorite memory on ice? I don't have probably one in particular, but I really get a kick out of teaching new people about ice fishing, because I didn't do it my whole life. When I was a kid, my dad wasn't an ice fisherman or anything, so we just fished open water. And then when the lakes froze, we were done for the year, and we waited for fishing opener again. Well, I had some buddies and stuff that went, and I started doing it. Like, well, this is great, Like, I had a blast ice fishing, and then I started taking other people out that had never been ice fishing before, including this year. I got a couple guys that I'm fishing with that next to no experience ice fishing, so that I have a great time with that, teaching those guys stuff. And I've had other buddies before that I've taken out fishing never been ice fishing, you know, or people that don't really fish in general too, like my wife and stuff, you know, she didn't fish a whole lot before we got together. So I really get a kick out of that anyhow, and I'm looking forward to, you know, in the future taking my daughter out fishing and showing her how to ice fish, and hopefully she has as much, you know, fun and respect for the sport as I do. So that was it for the questions anyhow. I don't know if you guys got any more you want to ask me quick. Yes. Wisconsin Outlook in that question from Patrick asked about the lake with no weeds. It was a good response there too. That even just the bottom transition counts as structure. It's very true. Reading you guys' comments here while I was talking. There's a few, you know, we got a few people in here, and I hope you guys, well, whoever's not in here right now can go back and watch the video. That my Facebook page, I don't have a ton of people on there yet. For some reason, nobody's really checking it out. But what I would really like to do, and it would really help out my channel too, and I think it'd be cool for you guys to be able to see yourselves in videos, you know, um, is I want to do that slideshow for all you guys. Have you guys go on the Facebook page and submit your photos. Doesn't have to be just fishing. Doesn't have to be just hunting. It could be anything outdoors, really. And you can post as many photos on there as you want. And I want to submit them here on a video, do a slideshow for all you guys, so you guys can see yourselves and show off each other's, you know, show off your catch or your deer or your squirrel or your, you know, if you're barbecuing, anything outdoors you want to show off. That'd be a great way to do it. And I'd like to see all your guys' stuff as well. How's the ice on Prairie? I don't know. I haven't been out to Prairie yet, but from what I'm hearing, it was 6 to 7 inches last week. And it was cold this weekend, so I'm guessing it's probably at least 7, 8 inches by now. I believe they're getting ATVs and stuff out now. How do you fillet your pike? I don't. I do not fillet my pike. Well, I fillet it like a normal fish. The only thing I ever do with pike is just I pickle them. That's the only thing I ever do with them. Otherwise, I release them. Pickling them, you don't have to get the wide bone out, so the brine just dissolves it. So I just cube it up, or fillet it like a normal fish, cube it up, and put it in the brine, and gets rid of that wide bone anyhow off that. Otherwise, I don't fillet them and eat them. Although I've heard they're really good. I don't think I've ever had just breaded or fried northern or anything like that. I maybe have. I've heard it's really good though. Like you dip it in butter, and it's like poor man's lobster, they call it. Jason Berg says, brings you to a different page. Yes, there's a space between North Woods and on there. It's not, Northwoods is not one word on my Facebook page. I realized that afterwards, like after I created the channel, like maybe it's one word, I don't know. But there is a group and a page, two separate things. Groups you guys can post in. The page you cannot, but in the page I did make a section where you guys could post your photos, and down in the comment section you could just comment and leave your photos that way. That was the intention. The group, you guys can post whatever you want anytime. You can sell stuff on there. You can do whatever on that Facebook group. They're linked together anyhow, so whatever one you want to post it to is just fine. I hope you guys recognize my picture and stuff like that. If you guys are confused where you're at too, just comment on there. Ask if it's the right page, and if it is, I'll see it. I'm the only administrator on either one of the pages too, so I see all that stuff right away anyhow. That could be Jason Berger. Yeah, I think there's less than 20 people. There might be 20 people on the page now. The group has like 300 something, but I don't even know if they're subscribers either. I think they just see the Wisconsin group and they joined, which is fine, perfectly fine. But yeah, I wanna get some of those photos anyways from you guys so we can put them in a video. I think that'd be cool, and it'd help the channel too for my watch time minutes. I'm getting really close to that partnership program. If the video, if you guys want to post 20 video or 20 photos or something, and I got to make the video an hour long, I will. I don't care. I posted a ton on the group. Okay, did you just do it now? I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I started the video at 6 o'clock, or this live stream at 6 o'clock, so I haven't seen it yet. Unless you posted it after that, Wisconsin Outlook. Unless you posted it to the wrong group, I hope not. But it's at Northwoods WISC, all one word, no spaces, anything like that. At Northwoods WISC. I'll put the link to the page in the description after this video is done. I cut it off. It'll upload to YouTube. You guys can rewatch all this, and you guys can check that out too. New to the channel, what part of Wisconsin you from? We are from Rhinelander area. I'm from Barron County. I live on the Chetek chain. I fish. Well, I mean, it's not just a fishing page either, but I fish mostly around this area. Get down to Chippewa County, Rusk County a little bit. Northern is amazing. Upper Turtle has 7 inches. Yeah, I'm seeing even northern parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin and stuff. They got 12, 13 inches up there plus. So I'll give you guys a little feedback too on some of the videos I made last week about my grandpa's and my dad's old 22. It was pretty straight across the board too that you guys thought I should refurbish. Well, not refurbish it, because I'm not going to refurbish it, but I'm going to replace that tube, and the trigger guard should be good to go. I don't know how much I'll use it, because I don't use the 22 a lot, but I think I will do that so it's still usable, and you know, my daughter gets old enough to shoot at some point, you know, and she's interested in that type of stuff. It'll be a good gun for her to learn with and all that stuff too, and I think it's cool that my grandpa's, you know, I don't have a lot of stuff from I think that's the only thing I have that was my grandpa's, my dad's dad, so it's pretty cool and means something that I have that anyways, and it'd be cool to teach my daughter how to shoot it anyways. Which there's a lot of history with that gun too. My dad used that gun more than anybody. He used it a lot back when he was a kid. Posted them yesterday on Northwoods, Wisconsin. I don't know if I seen them or not. Maybe I did. I'll look after this Northwoods or Wisconsin Outlook. I'll message you or something. I'll get a hold of you somehow if I don't see them somehow. You guys have any other questions? Anything hunting, fishing, barbecue related? Anything like that? I actually just got my, well, I don't know if I told you guys last week in the live stream when we were fixing up my tip-ups and had to replace some batteries and all my lights and stuff like that because they're all going dead. But I had ordered some new Frable lights, and they finally came today. They were just coming from Wisconsin anyhow, from down by Janesville. They finally came today, so I was replacing those a little bit ago. I got 6 more of these anyhow. If you guys have never used these, I recommend these. These are a pretty good light. The only thing I didn't like about them before was you put it on your tip-up flag anyhow, and it's got a channel back here that you can see. Maybe you can't see that very well. I don't know. Can't see where the camera is really pointing. But it's got a channel back here that the flag snaps into. And before, the thing would go shooting across. But I think they must have changed them up a little bit because they're snapping on there a lot tighter now. And I also see that there's a hole here in the bottom. Right there. There's a hole there. You can actually stick it on the top of your flag now, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm not using them that way, and I'm even though that's tighter now, I'm still zip tying them on my flags because they go flinging sometimes, and don't really trust it. But these were a good deal anyways. I got these on eBay. They were $9.99. Or no, it wasn't on eBay. Where did I get these from? Maybe it's just the Farm and Fleet website. They're from Farm and Fleet anyways. They had them on sale for $9.99. I don't know if they're still on there or not. But that's what I paid. I ordered 6 of them. I replaced a couple. And I had to order some more batteries for my lighthouse tip-ups. I did zip tie my Frable lights too. Yep. Yeah, it's a good move. A lot of times I'd get up to my flag and the light would be gone or floating in the hole or something. You know, they're a little expensive for a tip up to be shooting them around the lake anyhow. What did you decide on the selling of your ice shack? Oh yeah, that was the other video I did. I actually posted it for sale. I had a couple people respond to me anyhow, and they didn't. They asked a couple questions on it, and I never heard any more on it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much. I was asking $2,500 for it, but it's worth that because yeah, I paid $1,200 for it, and then I, stuck all the money into it anyhow, like the TV, the DVD player, the power inverter, just the Optimum battery alone is like $240, and it's all in great shape. There's lights in there and the heater and everything else. That stuff adds up quick. And there's 6 holes in that thing, and those hole covers, those are over $100 for the 6 of them. There's floodlights on the outside. It's like almost $30 just for the 2 floodlight bulbs. So this stuff adds up quick. I'm not going to give the thing away, but if somebody doesn't want to pay me what I was asking for it, I'll just hold on to it. It's not that big of a deal. I can still take my daughter out in it anyhow and still get some use out of it. The only thing that I don't like about that shack is it's only got single pane windows in there, so they sweat really bad. And there's ways around that though. I bought some Rain-X anti-fog spray. And you spray that on the windows and you wipe it down with a paper towel. It'll last 2, 3, 4 times out. You won't have to do that, and the windows won't sweat at all, which is fine, but I wish they were dual pane anyhow. New to ice fishing, have any tips to make sure the ice is safe? Yeah. Well, whether the ice is safe or not, you can always be safe is the main thing. So always wear a life jacket if it's just a small amount of ice. I don't know where you're from and how much ice you have there now, but anything less than, like, say 4 inches, I always wear a life jacket myself. Invest in a spud bar or something similar. I recommend a spud bar because they're designed for that. They're a certain weight, and you go and you pop it. You're walking out on the lake and you're hitting the ice in front of you to make sure it's safe. If it's going through, and I'd say less than 3 chops, you might not want to walk on it. Don't take what I'm saying for serious or whatever. People call me crazy a lot of years. I go out on 1.5 inches to 2 inches of ice. 2 inches is generally pretty good. I've seen a lot of big guys out on 2 inches of ice, but they say 4 inches. Stay out. If it's less than 4 inches, you shouldn't go on it. So good, clear, new ice is usually the strongest too. If it's like a milky color, it's pretty weak. Invest in some ice picks and a chisel and wear a life jacket, and I gotta tell you, stay off anything less than 4 inches. I wouldn't go out on less than 4 inches. Maybe in a couple of years you learn ice conditions a little better. If you spend a lot of time out there, you'll kind of learn what looks strong and what doesn't. You got to stay away from lakes that have springs in them, because sometimes it happened to me last year. I was out on a lake that had 9 inches in one spot and 3 inches in another spot. And that's not even the craziest scenarios you can be in. It could be worse than that. You could have 10 inches in one spot and nothing in another spot, or half an inch or something, because of those springs. It's crazy. Even in super deep lakes, those springs really wreak havoc on ice, and it's never safe in a spot where there's a strong spring. you're new to ice fishing too, don't just, I mean, you got a tough road ahead of you on figuring out where the fish are going to be and jigging. You know, like if you don't have a Vexilar, ice fishing can be very tough. You're just going to go where there's other people. You know, that's how you're going to find your fish if you're going to be jigging bluegills and crappies and stuff and you don't, you know, have a whole lot of knowledge about where to find it. There's a lot of people in one spot, there's fish there, but don't go crowd people out and be that guy. You don't want to be the guy that's doing that because you just piss people off. But yeah, stay a distance anyhow, but that's how you find your fish. And a lot of times too, you find good northerns and stuff there too. I hope you end up being a tip-up fisherman too. You know, a lot of people just think ice fishing is about jigging too. There's the trophy fish are generally caught on, you know, tip-ups around here anyways. You know, you watch people on YouTube, you know, some of the big YouTubers and stuff that all they do is jig, but they're up in Canada and they got 20 different tip downs set up and stuff like that that you can't see because they're fishing with 10 guys that aren't ever going to be in the videos or anything. So it looks like they're the most incredible fishermen there is. But yeah, they got guides and they got lots of people with them so they can have a lot more lines out and stuff. They're not that great a fisherman. They're just there to sell you a product, which is they'll sell you Markhams and Strike Masters and stuff like that and be like, oh, well, I got to go get that if I want to catch this big northern. Navionics is very important too. Yes, good point. We catch fish. Navionics is a great tool. It's GPS. You can pay, like, I think it's like a $9.99 membership anyhow for Navionics, and you download maps from whatever area you think you're going to be fishing. And it doesn't have every lake on there. It has the main ones though. And it'll give you a structure on there. It'll give you depth. It'll show you fish cribs. It'll show you all kinds of stuff. And if you got your phone on with your GPS on, it'll show you your location accurate up to 10 feet. So that's very important too. So the guy with the question, which was Patrick Cordery, your lake that you're going to fish with no weeds, that's a great tool to use as Navionics. You'll go for those points. You're going to go for those drop-offs. You're going to go for the humps, depth changes, anything like that. Navionics is an awesome tool. They even sell Markhams and Garmins and all kinds of stuff nowadays too that has it built into the thing, to your flasher, which is not just, I call it a flasher, but it's not just a flasher anymore. Those things they do a lot of different things. Wisconsin Outlook, it's David. All right, I'll look right after this Wisconsin Outlook. I'll leave you a reply. But yeah, you guys, you got some new viewers in here or something. Go check out the Facebook page anyways, Northwoods, Wisconsin, and leave me some photos in there if you want to be involved in the slideshow video. I'll do a slideshow with all you guys' photos you submit, assuming they're appropriate. So I have a question for you guys. You guys can comment right now. Is you guys jig or do you tip up fish? Or do you do both? Or which one do you do more of? Where I went today, I had 6.5 inches. Right, Wisconsin Outlook. There's actually a great video on YouTube too. It's by Uncut Angling. I forget the name of the video though. I might come to me here, but I remember they took a boat anyhow, and I think they pulled it out with snowmobiles across this ice, and there was open water, and I think there was a current there anyways. That's why the water was open, and it was springtime, and they pulled the boat right up to the edge of the ice, and they drilled all the way from their snowmobiles. They drilled a hole every couple feet all the way up to the edge of the ice, and there was 2 feet literally right here, and within inches open water. It was ridiculous. Like, it was 2 foot and then open water. There was nothing in between. Jason Berg, 2 tip ups, 1 jig. A lot of people do that. I'll do that sometimes. I don't jig a whole lot, but I'll do that sometimes too. Just to see if I can get something on a jig pole or something I'm getting bored, like if I'm using big minnows. going for big northerns or something, I'll jig just to kill some time if I get bored. I do a lot of jigging for gills and some perch, but always have some tip-ups out for the slobs. Yep. I mean, catching panfish, ice fishing is a lot of fun, especially if they're big ones, uh, especially if you're using a Vexlar too. That even makes it more fun. But yeah, you can't beat a tip up because you got your tip up in, and I got one here I can show you. This tip up's on the fritz anyways. I broke my flag the other day screwing around with it. But you got your tip up set, and you got a flag up. You don't know what's going to be on there. That's the most exciting part about tip up fishing, is that you don't know what you're going to get. You could get anything from, I've literally caught anything from perch on tip ups to muskies. So you got a flag up. It's pretty exciting. Get your blood pumping anyways. That you don't know if it's going to be a minnow trip, a perch, or if it's going to be something giant that you can hang on the wall and take pictures of and stuff to be super proud of, take to the taxidermist, That's what's so fun about that. Jigging, you pretty much know what you're going to get. You can occasionally hook a walleye or, people jig for walleyes too, and northern and stuff like that, but if you're jigging for panfish, it's typically going to be a panfish. You will catch bigger stuff once in a while though. Any of you guys have any experience trapping? Do anything like that? I really want to get into trapping this year or this next fall and winter and stuff, but never been trapping in my life. All I've ever done is trap coon and live traps for training purposes for my hounds that I've had, but I have no experience trapping, and I'm looking to learn about it anyways, and I'd like to do that and make some videos for you guys, but no clue what I'm doing anyways. My dad, he might know a little bit. I think he used to trap with a friend of his years ago, but yep, I know nothing. And I mean, I probably start out just trapping coon, even though coon hides are probably worthless. Last time I was coon hunting, the hide prices were like, I think they were averaging like $2 a price, or $2 a piece that year, which is terrible. I think the year before it was like 20 bucks, which wasn't so bad. But yeah, like the last year I sold them, I think I only got like $2 a piece. I've been looking into trapping. Need to take the time to get the class in. Yeah. Have you guys ever been coon hunting before? Done anything like that? Or ran anything with hounds, bear, coyote, bobcat? I don't know if I ever discussed it in the video. I commented on the YouTube channel before you guys could see my posts and stuff. But I thought I was having a PETA member on here. I had a little spat with a lot of animal rights activists on here a couple months ago. It was probably like August, September, something like that. I had a spat with them because I seen that Ron Coronado, the head of the Wolf Patrol, was offering people $1,000 on Facebook for reporting people breaking the law on YouTube, or not on YouTube, posting videos on Facebook where they were making violations anyways, and people were reporting those videos. He would pay him $1,000 if it led to a citation anyhow. So I had a couple videos on there where I was batting pretty good with animal rights activists, which was the Wolf Patrol and PETA. Called them out too. And a lot of people, the one video I had to cut the comments off because every soybean eating animal rights activist in the countryside was blowing up my stuff and leaving me all kinds of thumbs down and stuff. And I think there's a couple of them still hanging around here because a lot of my videos I still get a couple dislikes on, which I did an ice report last week. I got a dislike on for some reason. My tip-up boxes I got a dislike on. So I think they're still hanging around, probably trying to wait for me to make a mistake on here anyways and post something that would be a violation, is probably what they're waiting for. They're criminals. They don't care about animals. They 98% of the animals in their shelters. Yeah, they euthanize. Is that what you were saying? They kill. Yep. Yeah, they do. They do that. PETA has also been caught literally on video stealing people's dogs and euthanizing them off their porch. There's videos on YouTube. The guy literally went to town, I think, to get the dog a collar or something. Left the dog on his porch. Came home, his dog's gone. So he went to check the videos. Somebody pulled up right to his porch in if it was a PETA van or whatever, stole his dog right off his porch and took it to their shelter and euthanized it. By the time he called, they claimed that the dog was already dead. What the hell? There's a perfectly healthy dog just sitting on the guy's porch and they euthanized it. But we're the killers, you know. And they spend tons and tons of money on just crap too. Like they had a wool ad too about it was so stupid. You'd laugh if you seen it. This guy standing there holding a sheep that had been skinned, you know, saying that, you know, like wool socks and wool coats and stuff like that is killing sheep. When people, you know, obviously shear a sheep to get the wool, they don't kill them, but they apparently skin this wool or this sheep anyways, just for video purposes. I used to hunt rabbits with beagles until the city made a law change and I had to get rid of them. My neighbor was the mayor. Oh yeah, that'll do it, I suppose. Yeah, I know. I've had hounds in town before, and yeah, neighbors aren't usually fans of that. That's why I don't have hounds anymore. Yeah, I couldn't keep them here too. I don't have the setup in the yard here for hounds anymore like I used to, and I love coon hunting and stuff, but it got to be so expensive to have hounds. The sport of hunting or with hounds is so ridiculous that if you hunt bear or coon with a hound or a coyote, you cannot take anybody's word for anything too. I've been burnt on dogs so many times just because I trusted them and I didn't take the time to test the dog out for myself. So I got burnt a lot of times on that. I've spent thousands of dollars on dogs. I've, you know, spent $1,000 on one dog and turned out to be the biggest piece of crap dog, you know, that I've ever hunted. The dog even bit me one time, slick treed, I don't know how many times. For, you know, slick treeing means that the dog will go out and tree and there's nothing there. Slick treed like 30 coon in a row one year, and I spent $1,000 on him. And then I bought really good dog food and tracking systems and the shocking systems and dog boxes and gas and a truck just for doing all that. And then you get $2 a coon anyhow when it comes time to selling the furs. I'm glad you guys too, Todd and We Catch Fish. You guys are helping each other out there. That's good. I'm glad you guys are doing that, helping him out. You guys gonna, I don't know, comment where you guys are at anyhow. If a lot of you guys are in Wisconsin, are you guys watching The Voice tonight and voting for Chris Cruzy? I mentioned it last week. He's only lives about 10 miles from where I do. Appleton area, Wisconsin Outlook. Do you do Como? As in Lake Como and Bloomer? Is that what you mean, Jason Berg? Competition barbecue? No, I don't. If I ever become a rich man and get to quit my job, for some reason I might do that. Yeah, I don't have to set up anything like that. I don't have enough money to invest in a big fancy pit or anything like that, or travel around and do all that stuff. And I'm not very good at saving my vacation at work. Why is this thing focusing? Not very good at saving my vacation at work. I burn it up just about as fast as I get it. Best beagle I ever had. Got from the animal shelter for $25. Yeah, I've got dogs from the animal shelter before too. I I had well, my mom and dad and my brother and his girlfriend and stuff. We all kind of wanted to get back into coon hunting. My dad did it years ago when I was a kid. Moved down, had to get rid of his dogs and stuff like that. So got rid of his dogs and wanted to get back into it. So we went up one day to the animal shelter. There happened to be two Walker coonhounds there, and one of them was pregnant. So we actually adopted both of them. One was male, one was female. She ended up having a litter of Walker pups anyhow, and I kept a couple of them. And the regulations for that, anyways, for with the animal shelter, anyways, if you adopt a pregnant dog, that you got to take all the puppies back. But we talked them into letting us keep a couple of them, so I kept one male and one female. And the male was the first dog I ever trained, and he turned out to be also the smartest dog I ever trained. I didn't hunt him as much as I should have, but he was super, super smart, and he had a ton of potential, and I kind of wrecked him because I didn't hunt him as often as I should have. But again, I had to get rid of dogs at a point because I moved to a different town and stuff like that, and had to get rid of my stuff anyways, and I give them away to a buddy of mine. All of you with your hunting dogs, and I'm over here with my two Chihuahuas. Yeah, those things are more vicious than any hunting dog I've ever seen, let me tell you. My dad actually used to, him and some friends of his used to hunt with beagles years and years ago, back way before I was ever born. And he always told me the story that they're hunting with beagles and got down in a creek or a river or something, and biggest coon he ever seen in his life they got, that actually crawled on top of one of the beagles in the river and tried drowning it. But the one guy that my dad was hunting with, he had one arm, or no, it wasn't that guy. He hopped down and shot the coon off the dog's head anyways. It ended up weighing 44 pounds. 44-pound coon is a big coon. I think the biggest I ever got when I was doing my hunting was it's like 32 or 33 pounds, which is a nice coon, but it ain't no 44. You don't see a lot of that stuff anymore. Nobody coon hunts anymore either, which is a big shame, and I'm just as guilty as everybody else. I sold out, but I plan on getting back into it someday. We're in the next few years, probably sell this house and try moving out to the country and get out of town. So, yeah, I'd like to get some hounds then, but nobody hunts anymore. The only people that hunt around here, around me anymore, is Amish. I can't think of one person other than Amish people that even has hounds anymore for coon hunting. People got them for bear and coyote and stuff, but nobody coon hunts. It is basically just because of the coon prices. They're garbage, nobody pays for them anymore. Used to be a lady up Cumberland, Wisconsin. She would pay a guy $20 a piece for the carcass because she liked eating them. But you go to sell hides, there ain't no money in that. It's just a big money pit, Like I said, you buy the tracking system, you buy the shocking system, you buy the truck, the dog box, the fuel to do it, the dog food all year long. There's no money in it. You just go bankrupt. Actually, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but I used to run the American Coon Hunters. Well, I still do. I still got one, but I used to run it. It was a different page back then. I created it. I did everything. I ended up having to add on a few administrators anyhow, and it was huge. It was one of the fastest growing hunting pages on Facebook. I think I had like 15,000 members at one point in like a year's time, and I had sponsors on there. They sponsored the page. I ran a contest every month for Hound of the Month. I had some big time dogs, like world champion caliber dogs, on the page, winning the Hound of the Month, and sponsored by Black Gold and Gun Dog Supply and what else? Coon Potion was a sponsor of mine, and it all got destroyed one day by somebody that posted a Confederate flag on there, and somebody whined about it, and Facebook deleted my page overnight. That ticked me off pretty good there. All that work I'd put into that page, and just because somebody's feelings, had to go cry to Facebook and get my page deleted. That irked me. I created the page again, and I'm still running it, but well, I don't run it much. I just kind of let it sit there. I do got one other administrator, and he kind of runs it. But yeah, pretty discouraging anyhow. Maybe maybe in one of these live streams or in a video again sometime soon, I'll tell the full story about the whole American coon hunters situation and all that. That's another dream of mine too. I'd like to travel around to some of those big competition hunts. I've never done that. I've been to a couple competition hunts, but I've never entered or anything. I'd just like to go though. Like I'd like to go to like Autumn Oaks and stuff like that, and just go walk around, check out people's dogs, look at all the vendors and stuff. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Coyote hides are supposed to be good this year. That could be. They usually are way better than coon and stuff, you know. But they're, I don't know. A lot of people just shoot coyote too, you know. So that it wouldn't be too hard to get permission to do that either. I know some guys that coyote hunt. Maybe we could go along with those guys one day and at least do videos on it. I don't know. I don't even know what how YouTube would view that anyways. Go out shooting coyote and stuff. So many people with feelings nowadays, I'd probably get my videos taken down or something. Or at least I wouldn't be able to show the kill or skinning or anything like that. That's why I don't do Facebook. Yeah, you can't do anything anymore. You can't, you know, I can't hardly show you guys a gun on the YouTube channel. I can't show you killing anything, hunting. I can't show the kill. I can't show you how to skin it. I probably wouldn't even be able to show you how to clean a fish. I don't know. So many people got feelings and they gotta cry about it, you know. If you don't like it, don't watch it. People need to raise their children better anyways. Not to get too super political in here, but I mean seriously. There was I just seen on Facebook a little bit ago that there's people in Menominee that the police are warning them to lock their doors because there's somebody going in breaking into people's houses, and he was apparently trying to what do you call it, sexually assault people last year. That's who they're looking for anyways. Now what the hell is this world coming to? 10 miles away, that girl was abducted and her parents were shot. They're turning up meth labs every other day, it seems like. What the hell's going on? YouTube will destroy those views. Yep. You know, they'll do something. I still never found out what happened to Joe and Zach's survival, you know. What did he do? Hello, Casey Dope. I'm probably going to turn this stream off around an hour mark anyways. I'm going to go watch The Voice and get my votes in for Chris. We got a little bit of time yet. I think we're at, we probably got about 10 minutes yet. Anybody have any more questions? Hi from Mississippi. Good to see ya. Thanks for watching. Wisconsin fisherman's in here. Hey man, how you been? You been catching fish? Actually, Wisconsin fisherman, I got something to show you. Kyle, I don't know if you watch all my videos anyways. I did a video on this before, but I got this thing at Shields for 42 bucks. Like a month ago, something like that. Pike Lake Kenny says he doesn't know how to catch fish. I've been watching his videos. He can get on some pretty good panfish and stuff. I seen he posted a Picture, was it yesterday or the day before? He had a nice pike. He says, dude, that's awesome. Yep, yeah, it was, well, because Shields price matches. So I price matched it with Amazon for $59.99. Plus, Shields randomly sent me a $25 gift card in the mail. So I ended up getting it for like $42 and some odd change. 19 quart, anyways. I like it so far, but everybody's saying that the motor's going to crap out on me, so I'm waiting for that to happen. Probably going to get out fishing on Wednesday, anyways, for everybody watching. Get out fishing, same couple of guys we did last time in the last video. Probably going to go to the same lake again. They've been out hunting, not hunting, but going to some different lakes around the area, trying to have some luck, and they're not catching anything. So we're going to go out and probably go to the same lake again and just catch a bunch of little pike again. There's another lake too. It's over by Weyerhaeuser with some giant brown trout in there. We're going to be doing that one of these days. We'll have to film together this winter. Yes, we will. We could actually, Wisconsin fishermen, maybe go to that lake I was just mentioning. Huge brown trout in it anyways. It's another video in my intro and a lot of my videos, or another photo in my intro and a lot of my videos. My trout in that picture doesn't look that impressive, but it's a 20-inch brown trout. But I've got several buddies that have caught way bigger than that. I actually had one buddy a couple years ago catch a 30-inch brown trout on there, and on a jig pole. How do you clean and cook pike? Actually just got done talking about that a little bit ago, that I usually don't cook pike, I usually just pickle pike. So when it comes to like the Y-bone and stuff, I assume that's what you're referring to. I just fillet it like a normal fish and then chop it up into cubes, throw it in the brine, and then the stupid camera ain't focusing. The brine will dissolve that Y-bone anyways, and you don't got to worry about it. Other than that, there's a ton of videos on YouTube, I'm sure, that will show you how to get rid of that Y-bone, if that's what you're asking about. Wisconsin fishermen, how'd you like the ice show? I didn't get to go this year. I wanted to go to that one or the Duluth show, and I didn't get to go to either one of them because of work. I seen you got to meet Uncut Angling and AP Bassin too. That's pretty cool. I love both those guys' videos. Wisconsin fisherman, there you go. Wisconsin fisherman has a video on Y-bones. The show was really cool. I bet. I seen photos from years in the past that looks like it gets a ton of people there. So I think that'd be cool too, just to go around and meet people. You know, maybe run into some of you guys. Anybody else in here go to that ice show? I think it was in St. Paul. And then there was just one this past weekend in Duluth, I believe. I seen the Grim Outdoors guys were up there with the Vultures booth. Pickled shrimp. I've never had pickled shrimp before. I've never heard of pickled shrimp. Probably good though. I love shrimp. I love anything pickled. Last year we were there for 3 days. This year we were there for 3 hours, and it was way more productive. Yeah. Were you in I want to say I seen a picture of you with that laser ice auger before. I think that's what it's called, that laser, that battery operated ice auger you use. Wish I did. I was hoping to fish during it. Got too much rain with snow. Yeah. Yeah, that snow we got. That last snowfall we had here was really heavy too. That kind of wreaked havoc on some of the smaller lakes. A lot of water coming up through old holes and stuff like that. Opened up the holes and water sitting on the lake, but should be all good to go now. Yeah, Razor, that's what it was. Yep. If you and Kyle go fishing together, I want to go. I'll buy all the beer. You better have a big cooler. Well, I mean, that's something we can do too. I'd see Kyle, he likes to jig a lot. Maybe he could teach me something about jigging, because I don't know crap about jigging. Like I said, I usually just tip up fish most of the time. We should have a big get together. Yeah, that'd be cool. I was actually, I don't know if it was what video I was talking about. Maybe it was the live stream last week that I thought we should all just you know, meet up sometime and go ice fishing, like a ice fishing contest or something with just like viewers, subscribers, you know, buddies, people we know. One of the boys that I've been fishing with, he's been out. He got the itch bad. He never ice fished a whole lot, and I, I mean, the first time I took him, I don't think he caught a fish that day. And I don't know if he went from that time until the video I did that had the dead deer and stuff in it. He caught like 4 or 5 pike that day on tip ups, and he has gone gung ho. He's out buying sonars. He's out buying a ice auger. He went and bought 3 new beaver dam tip ups. He bought a jig pole and everything. He's hooked. Makes me pretty happy too that I introduced him to it. You know, he just open water fished before, and he's really fallen in love with ice fishing. That makes me pretty happy. Heck yeah, YouTube and fans get together. I'll message you later. Sounds good, man. I don't care how far I have to drive for it. Yeah, we got some good water around here too. Kyle seems to know how to get on some panfish. I know there's a lot of walleye here where I'm at. I couldn't take you guys to my secret lake, of course, but there's big pike there. I know in another couple of spots that I do really well on walleye. Like I said, I know a really good brown trout lake. There's lots of places we could go. I'm actually, there's an ice fishing tournament coming up here in my hometown that I'm going to be going to. It's usually the second Saturday of January. So I'm going to be going to that too. Then there's another one in the beginning of February too, but I don't know how big the prizes are going to be, but it's generally like the top prize for raffles are it's like a 4-wheeler. They do a lot of gun raffles, stuff like that too. It's usually a good time. Nobody usually ends up catching much because, you know, it's a nice fishing tournament. And but I've had some buddies win it with like a 36-inch pike and stuff before. I'm going to a charity derby this Saturday. Or he's doing a charity derby this Saturday. Gotta wait till after Christmas. Really busy delivering packages. I bet the mail's been coming late every day here. So I'm guessing everybody's getting their Christmas presents delivered. I seen Elmina actually just, their post office just burnt down a couple days ago. All right, well, I suppose, guys, I hate to cut it off on you, but the voice is starting here, and I got to get in my votes for Chris. I don't know about you guys. Yep, we'll see you later, Wisconsin fishermen. I'll talk to you. All right, well, I'm going to cut it off here, guys. Feel free to hit up the Facebook page, Northwest Wisconsin. Post me your photos for the slideshow and ask questions so I can answer them again next week. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.